And we are live. Hey,
Good,
everybody.
good morning to the fans of the Marvelous Duo. I always get this wrong. Okay. The originator,
Simple like
Captain
this.
Drew. Um, Lady Poole is doing her thing. She'll
She
be
make
probably
money.
joining us at another program. So, of
She's making
course,
money.
she's making money. So, Batman's filling in. It has been a great weekend. I got to see my family down in Florida.
I get to
Um,
see your elbows right now. It's great.
at least I put lotion on them, so
Ooh,
it
thank you,
can't
Jesus,
get
because that would have been scary.
yeah.
Turn some light
But
on over your hair. Ooh, it was dark there for a minute. It was scarier.
yeah.
Yes.
I got to come down and be with the family, and we actually saw Thor: Love and Thunder together.
That's why
Drew
this is called
already
Love and
knows
Thunder.
this. I am throwing him under the bus.
What?
I am throwing
Wait a
him under
minute.
the bus
Why are you
because
throwing me under the
every
bus?
family loved the movie
Hold
except one. We come out of the movie theater because my wife wasn't able to make it, so I went down there by myself, and I had a great time. To be honest with you, people, I had a great time. But what was disappointing
on.
was
Here we
that
go.
when we got out of the movie theater, because I got to sit next to my beautiful goddaughter Isabella, we were not acting up in the movie theater where people think we were. Yeah, we were good. So we get out of the movie theater, myself, Janet, Isabella, Julian, we all talked about it. So I said, Drew, how'd you like the movie? And when he goes, well, and then he goes to this long explanation, that means he ain't like the movie. I mean, he went into detail. So me and Julian at the movie theater had to turn our backs on him because we were like, no, we're not hearing you now.
Can
We're not
can I
hearing you.
can I finish? Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished. Here we go. So what happened was, while I was expecting one type of movie, which I usually don't, I'm usually very open to what comes, but I didn't expect what I got. So I was a little like, what was that? But no, it is a good movie. It's not a drama, guys, like you would think the other Thors were. It's not drama. It's like 75% comedy. I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna
Okay,
say
number one, it's action, it's
yes.
comedy. Um, you get to see Thor. I mean, it really was a good movie. Um, unlike a TV show
Here we
that
go.
was be named nameless.
I,
Um,
I think he's talking about, but that's a different story.
maybe. Anywho, I
Can
encourage
you tell
people.
this girl? Yes,
I
I'm sorry.
encourage people to sit there and watch Thor: Love and Thunder. It is actually pretty good. There's some real serious parts in it. It is actually really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Other people really did not. And I mean, other people were coming out of there. It's like clapping, giving ovation, all this good stuff, except Angry. And
Where were these people? And you can't be called these people. Goodness.
I do give Florida theaters some props. I have never gone to theater where you like have a bar and all sorts of game room, and I'm like, what kind of movie theater is this?
Yeah, those it's Regal, and they have
Hey, we
a.
got Regal up here. This is where because we had them reclining seats and everything. I ain't seen no stuff like here have a whiskey sour going in.
Well, the bars open like later on in the afternoon for later movies.
Yeah, I've never you. You
It,
know, with my wife, we
she should have came.
boy, yes, okay. You know, if it was an evening movie, shoot, my
Hmm.
wife came out a little loaded. She was
And
enjoying
you
that
enjoy the movie
movie.
that much more.
Yeah, that much more. But I had I don't like the stuff that's going on in Florida, well, in this nation, but I give hanging out with my family in Florida. I had I had such a freaking great time. I had such a great time. I can't go into detail because then I'll get picked on.
Well, we had a good time. I'm glad you came and visit. I wish it was a little longer, and
Yeah,
unfortunately,
me.
I had a visit I had to go make. So I'm glad.
Let me tell you something. I
Sure.
had I had some. I came down there for some chicharrones. I think I scared that man at the Miller shop.
Okay, I'll tell you folks real quickly what happened. He went to the shop to get some chicharrones. He got a couple chicharrones. He got all the chicharrones. She cleaned them out, and the guy was like, "What? I have never seen anyone buy $40 worth of chicharrones before."
Hey, I shared.
Yes, he did share.
Thank you. I shared.
He did share. But I
Oh,
digress. So, coming to you live from the east side of the mansion
yeah, of the house,
of the mansion.
which they have a beautiful house. So I'll ask this question: what didn't you like of Thor?
No, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I just didn't realize it was a comedy. I would have liked to see more of Lady Sif at the end a little bit more because
And they never explained Sif and missing in. Well, let me see.
well there was a
In
one note
Ragnarok,
there was
why
one
was
note
she
when
gone?
no, they didn't explain that, but there was one note where well, when we get into the movie, why are we talking about the movie? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, let's start the show.
We may
Man,
be a little bit off today because it is early in the morning. Well, early in the morning for me because I'm
don't
retired.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Hmm.
Okay, so of course, as you know, this is Thor: Love and Thunder, and that means spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. Okay, so boys and girls, and children of all ages, we're gonna touch into the movie. We don't go deep in it. I'm not gonna give you a play-by-play. We're just gonna talk about it for
Hmm.
the next 40 minutes or so. So let's start off with since you want to talk about Lady Sith already, and please excuse the background because I'm at the window and stuff walks by and it might distract me. But this Lady Sith did return this movie. She was in it for all of 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, she was in it. She was in it for 10 minutes. She was fighting
The God Butcher.
with Gore
But you
and
you didn't see the fight. You just heard her emergency.
the stress call.
Right. Because
She
there's a
had,
lot of
although
them.
it was really funny where Thor finds her and they're on this planet and Sid was like, I'm ready to die and I'm ready to go to Valhalla and Thor goes, no, you have to be fighting. You have to
Your arm is gone to Valhalla, but
Yeah,
not you.
when he goes, well, your arm will probably go to Valhalla, but you're not going. I was dying laughing. Oh my god, oh my god, it was so serious. He was like, I'm ready to go. And he's like, yeah, you're not gonna go to Valhalla if you die right now. You going to hell. And
A little bit, a little
the
bit.
other thing is when she was the other thing when she was uh, uh, what's her name, Jane Foster. She's the mighty Thor now.
Yeah, she asked him, "How long has it been? 3 years?" And he goes,
Yeah,
8 years,
8 years.
6 months, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And at that minute, you realize she got blipped,
yeah.
so she wasn't there.
What? But was she black?
Yes, because she thought they were only broken up for like 3 years, when in actuality, Thor said 8 years. So the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
difference
yeah.
being 5 years.
Right.
Now,
Um,
now, they did do a little backstory with Jane. They talked about her mother first
they
having
had
it.
living with each other and going
Yes,
out, but
and
it looks
breaking up with
like
him on a note.
Thor was working with Shield also.
It looks like that, yeah. Agent
And
Furry,
then
yeah.
with Avengers business, and then of course they were moving further and further apart. But let me tell y'all something, people. She wills Mariner better than Thor.
Well,
She
she just
will,
got it. Well,
but
well, there was an enchantment that he placed on it, not realizing, not knowing that
well,
he said
he was a little drunk too. I think.
he said he told
No,
he had,
no, he was in his glow moment, with her at the time.
yeah, and I think she later on when she was getting sick and she was in that phases of passing away, or
Hmm.
whatever, or dying,
Yeah,
whatever. It
she was
woke up
like,
and said, "Hey, come here, come here. I'm going to save you. Come here, come here." And so tell him what the problem was and what Mjolnir caused.
okay, so what happened is,
What
and
had happened?
they really followed the comic book also. Every time she turns into the mighty Thor, um, it kills that cancer. It kills her, becomes more aggressive every time she uses it. Well, when she's mighty Thor, she is buff, ready to go, all that good stuff. But when she turns human, she dies quickly. And
Right, because like when she's a god, she has the powers of a god, and she also
right,
has the clearness, if you want to call it that, or the healness of a god. And so, being that the cancer cells and being that the
yeah, it made the cramp
chemotherapy,
cells more aggressive.
right? So they would clear out all that stuff, including the chemo, and that was trying to save her, and it wasn't. So when she come back, she's it's still there, and she's stricken harder because now all the chemo is out. So she hears Mjolnir call to her from a book she was reading, I believe.
Yes, she was reading the book. Yes,
So she
and
did.
they had Mariner in the glass place at New Asgard.
So what they did was they picked up the ground around Monet because no one could pick up Monet. Pick up the ground around it, and so they had it on display. And she did she did what I did when I was at the Grand Canyon one year, which was basically stand in on a tour guide and listen to the tour guide, and then when they walked away, she stayed at and it came out. It woke up, came up to her.
And what the thing about it was is the hammer came all together. That was really cool. And then when Thor treated Mariner like a little puppy. Mariner, come here. Mariner, is that you? He knows the sound, and he's like, "Come here, boy." I was rolling through the whole freaking thing.
Now you have
It
to
was
remember,
something
Mjolnir.
so
Mjolnir
freaking.
is his weapon for thousands of years. So
Mm-hmm.
and when he saw it together, he was aghast. He thought he'd never
You're
see it
right.
again. So
Hey,
he's he's called to it, and it would
right,
pull away because she called it
right,
back.
right. And then she's in his original outfit.
I'm
What he
I
would wear.
and I'm sorry. I wish I had pictures. I downloaded some pictures, but they apparently didn't come through. Um,
But let me tell you something. Then Thor gets his hammer. He gets into an even more original outfit. It is the funniest. I mean, this movie had everything. It had comedy, action, sadness.
I,
You
I will
know,
I will say this. It was funny when he's talking about money, and then you see you see Stormbreaker come from behind like
Yeah,
what? What were you saying?
Stormbreaker, because he's trying to get Mariner away from Jane Foster. He's like, "Come in, boy, come in, boy." And then you see Stormbreaker come out of nowhere and come around like a jealous girlfriend and faces him and starts looking at him. He's like, "What? No, it's been way over." Oh man, it is so
It's
fun.
been way over. That's
Some
hilarious.
of
It's
that
been way over.
stuff
No,
is so freaking funny.
so
Oh
it
my
starts
god!
off. I know, right? It starts off with him still with the Guardians, the Asgardians of the galaxy, and they're trying to
Mhm.
save this planet of these people. And of course,
He's
Thor is
great.
over the top. He's over the top.
They were trying to the people they were trying to save their celestial worship building. And when Thor fought these enemies, he decimated all those enemies. And number one, them fight scenes were amazing. But then he
Yeah.
decimated the
But you knew
building.
that was going to happen, right? The minute you saw the buildings were made of glass and all the action stopped and nothing touched them,
That's
you
right.
knew
And
that was
he's
going to.
praising him, and all these buildings start falling down. It
So
is
all
the
yeah.
freaking thing. And then, he tries to explain that he's sorry, and the prime minister, no, I don't want to. No, we're not talking about it. You're making me sad. You're making me sad. Wait, here are these goats. And so,
These goats, which are larger goats, and they make this
oh my God.
horrific sound. And there's two of them. They make
Right.
this
And
horrific sound.
mhm.
And so somebody says, I don't know who it says it, but they're on the ship because they put them on the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, and they're going off making these noises, stomping on, eating everything. And someone says, "Well, they'll be good, this and the other." And for meat, and at that moment they said meat. At the moment they said meat, the ghost said, "What?"
Let me just, Nebula was getting ready to kill him.
Oh my God! Was it?
Like I said before,
Drax?
to
I think
me,
Drax was one who was going to eat him. I think Drax was going to eat him. Well, they're good for meat, and they're like, huh?
Mhm.
Stop! They stopped making a lot of noise.
Um,
So he comes back to Asgard because New Asgard, which is in
Gore, yeah, because
Norway.
Gore is it okay? Number one, let me say this.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, Michael Keaton and Christian Bale and what's the other guy that played Batman?
Adam West.
No, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, the most
Val Kilmer.
the Val Kilmer,
George Clooney.
he was, huh?
George Clooney.
No, George Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not that.
Oh, here we go.
The vampire boy that.
Vampire boy.
Okay, yeah, the vampire boy. Okay,
That's the funny part.
but Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Michael Keaton, three of the best Batmans. I mean, yes, Adam West, God bless him, because I love the Batman show with Robin on it. But the movies, so it will be Michael Keaton started off along with Ben Affleck and Christian Bale. Christian Bale was tremendous in Thor, just like he was tremendous in Batman Begins. I'm just putting it out there. Christian Bale should come back as Batman. They made a mistake with Little Vampire Boy, and he should come back. Please, Christian, please come back for Batman. Please, please.
No,
Or
escape where you
Ben,
can.
or
Yeah.
Ben. Ben, come back. Ben, come back.
I think men should come back.
Or Christian. But
So
anyway,
go on,
Christian
please.
Bale played the hell out of Gore. Gore was a beast. I mean, he
Yes.
kind of whipped out on me on the end.
Well, he wasn't evil. The sword made him evil. He wasn't evil.
He wasn't evil.
He
He
wasn't
chopped off a God's head.
those that the sword possessed you. You know that, right? The sword
Yeah,
possessed you.
but he
But
wasn't evil.
once the sword was destroyed, he wasn't evil. If you notice that.
Oh, you know
So
what?
what happened, folks? What happened, folks?
Can I
Is
say this real quick?
oh
Let me
god,
tell you, when Vanessa Thompson, King Valkyrie, she was
Tessa
fighting with.
Thompson.
Well, I'm sorry, Tessa Townsend, King Valkyrie, when she was fighting Gore, and she lit. That's number one. She fine. She was gorgeous. The boy, when she looked at sword, I was like, oh my god, this woman is gorgeous. And that whole looking of the knife and the fight, it made her even better. Look, she is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Let me see if I can get their picture up here. Okay, let's see if I can save it. It's both. Yes, Tessa Thompson is gorgeous. Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm not going to argue on
When
that.
she was fighting him and she licked it, I was like, had my full attention.
Had your full attention.
Had my, I mean, she is gorgeous.
She, I. Yes, she's very gorgeous. So basically, where was it? Oh, so what happened was basically Gore was going through the desert with one of his children or a couple of his children. In the comic books, it's like this family, and they were caught in the desert, and he was suffering. He was calling the gods for help, and they never came. So finally, his child, unfortunately, she passes away. He continues. He finds this mirage or oasis in the middle of the desert. He goes in and comes to find the god that he's trying to pray for is boasting about killing this other god who had the what was it called, the neck or something? It's necro sword, right?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Okay, number one, me and Isabella should never be paired together
How did
in
you get
movies
from that to that?
because we were joning on that whole scene when they were in the desert. Because I was like, that is some bad parenting, and I was like, he's got her in the desert drawing on rocks. Are you kidding me? Find some food. Get a tarantula or something,
They were
or find
trying to. They were trying. He was trying to keep her distracted.
off of hunger in the
Yeah.
desert.
What are you gonna
Drawing
do? What are you
on
gonna do?
rocks.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Drawing on rocks. That's what
Anyway, so
distracted.
they find their oasis. They
Okay,
find.
that's the one that I do find that was really stupid.
Here we go. So they find the
You are
oasis.
not going to distract nobody going when you are hungry, thirsty, and that's like going to a nuclear blast site playing patty cake.
So
What
he
kind
gets to
of
the site. He sees the body of the other guard or whatever, and his guide is boasting to I don't know two other people. I don't know.
with two other
And he's
guys?
like, "I've
What
been
guys?
trying to get a hold of him, trying to." He goes, ah, and apparently he was praying for him, and he was distracted but fighting this guy. So he gets into the god gets into some kind of what's the word you want to call it, but he's upset and he's mad because all this guy cares about it's something weird. So basically,
Yeah,
Gore gets
there's
tired of the nonsense. He sees how selfish this guy is, and he renounces him. He takes off all the paraphernalia he had of him,
yeah.
and he come to find out later in the movie that's why he had those cuts all over him is because he removed all his connection with that deity, and he picks up the sword because the sword is calling him, and kills the god.
Oh,
And from that
kills him
moment,
really good.
yeah, from
Because
that
God
moment,
he's choking him, and his sword gets into his hand. He stabs him, and then God don't know. He said all gods must die, and he chops off the head, and then you see all kinds of god blood, which is gold, and all this good stuff. But Gore was a son of a gun, boy, because he was. I mean, he was wiping out planets. He was making sure there was no going to be any gods around.
right, it was
And
all from the sword. Yeah.
mhm, I,
So
I liked him as a you know the bad guy, although he kind of he wussed out in the end. And wussed
Oh
out.
my God! Can I? I'll explain the end in a minute.
Yeah, it was a little.
So that's pretty much how the movie starts. Anyway, the sword could also allow him to call forth these creatures of the night. I don't know, this little
Mhm.
army of darkness, whatever you want to call them. So as Thor goes around the world or around the universe, he sees all these other gods that are dying and so on and so forth. So during the trailer, you see that really big god that was laid over on the side. Apparently, that was a friend of
Mhm.
his. That was a friend of his. So that's why he gets very emotional about it.
Hold up, the big monster dude.
Yeah,
Oh, I was like, oh,
that was a god. What do you want to
that
say?
makes sense.
Yeah, that was a
Because
god.
he's
So
like, he was so nice. And I'm looking, it was the big monster dude. Wow. Okay.
yeah, it was one of his buddies.
Mm.
So hang on, I'm trying to close some things down. So that's where Thor goes on this rampage to find it. Anyway, long story short, he goes back to the ship with the loud goats and the galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy, and he finds one of the distress calls because now all these gods are dying, and people are like, "Hey, where's the gods at?" So now
And the
he
guys
goes,
are hiding.
yes, and we'll get to where they're hiding at in a moment. So he he calls forth, and he ends up finding Sith, Lady Sith, and goes to, which is good to see Sith. It really was. I mean, if you
Hmm.
saw last time I saw her, she was in Agents of Shield, I believe, and you're right, she wasn't at Ragnarok,
Hmm.
which is good because she would have died quick like everyone else.
I
But
mean,
I think they got something in store for her. I think there's more in store for her, and I think now that with Jane out of the way, she might be able to make her play for Thor. Maybe no, it's possible.
I am. Mm,
In the comic books,
you-
Jane does die, as she did in the movie. She does die, but she comes back as a Valkyrie
you're
and so on
right.
and so
That she
forth.
does. Valhalla is tight, by the way. It's tight.
Yeah, because Odin says okay and lets her go back.
Mm.
Go on. I forget what happens next. Oh, the
Oh, okay.
kids.
But you're right. Gore starts kidnapping that starting kid. That leaves Thor, Mighty Thor, and King Valkyrie to go find Gore and all this good stuff, along with the rock guy, the rock dude.
You mean Thor?
And
He's a friend of Thor's. Yeah,
yeah,
and Meek.
they find all the gods hiding from Gore. Um, Let me tell
Where
you
did they,
something, Pete.
where did they find him?
Russell Crowe plays the out of Zeus. He was it
Yes,
was funny.
even had a
Oh
Greek,
my
even had a Greek
god!
accent. Even had a Greek
Uh,
accent. Even had a Greek accent for the role. Yeah.
hmm
So
Well, I
we
mean, Zeus wearing that little dress and he's coming down swinging it. That man, I was crying so hard. You got to see this movie. It was funny. But when it was a fight scene and he Zeus kind of captures Thor because Thor uh, Zeus Zeus has been Thor's hero for a long, very very long time.
So Thor goes. We got to go to the city where all the gods
Hmm.
hide out and see if we can raise an army to go after this guy.
The
So he gets
greatest
there.
army, and none of them wanted to go. They were
No, they
like,
want to go.
no.
Why? No, no.
They were
And
like,
Zeus is like,
no.
no, we'll stay here.
Yeah, we're staying here. We'll take care of some. We're safe here. And one of the scenes is where we'll see who's under this disguise, and Zeus blows all his clothes off, and you see all these women passing out. And Jane, the mighty Thor, goes, "Can we help him?" She was like, "No, not right now. Maybe later." And so they start eating grapes. It is
So
fun.
all the people behind Zeus, including a couple of those guys, pass out. Oh,
Mhm.
you flick too hard.
You flip
So
too hard, damn it. You
so
know,
he escapes, calls forth the lightning bolt of Zeus, and That's when Valkyrie and Thor,
Well,
excuse me,
Zeus
the mighty
tries to
Thor
kill him, and
and Kor show up.
Thor catches the lightning bolt and sends it right through Zeus.
Hmm.
And I mean, and they started kicking people's butt. I mean, like I said before, it is. I thought it was a great movie. Some people got to have whatever, but you know
Yeah.
what? The family, except for one, thought it was a great movie.
That's really unusual because usually you like the other way around. Like you like action, not the other crap. So I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
You're dementing. You're melling. I'm so out of sorts because I'm usually asleep right now. You're starting to gel in your old age into a nice, gentler person.
like,
So they go after him
I
and
got to say something, people,
oh god, here we go.
because it was a great movie, and Christian Bale was a great, evil dude. Which Christian again or Ben Affleck, please heed the calls of me. Please be Batman again because of the vampire dude. But anyway, Gore, that was a great enemy. So was Zeus. Oh, and then make sure people you watch the credits for Thor. Make sure you
We
watch
haven't
the
gotten
credits for
there
Thor.
yet. We haven't
I'm just
gotten there
saying,
yet.
watch the credits for Thor. We got spoiler warning.
Yeah, but we're still in the middle of telling the story. Just hang tight. Don't move.
Mm-hmm.
So they take off, and because they're trying to find this guy because he has the children. So Thor does a Thor. Thank you.
Gore.
No, Thor. Stop talking.
Okay.
Stop. Shh, shh.
Okay.
So Thor does this thing with his eyes and in his mind, and he talks to Heimdall's kid.
Son. Yeah.
That's why kid is son. Yeah, and he's able to transport him in his mind to where he is. You want to get that? I'll wait.
No.
Nah, okay. So he sees where they are, and he tells them to calm, keep them calm, and the kids are relatively calm. I'll be honest with you. From watching them at that point, I'd have been screaming. I'm old, but they were really relatively calm.
Mm-hmm.
He finds where they are. They battle Gore, and you learn at that point why Gore is doing all what he's doing and chasing Thor, because he's going to eliminate all the gods. So he's
Yeah.
going to find eternity, and get your one wish from eternity and destroy all the gods. So they're trying to stop him, but Jane actually figures out why he's after Thor,
Right.
and it's for Stormbringer because Stormbringer is his own Bifrost and can create the gateway to infinity. Now you
Mm-hmm.
go. Now you
Now,
go.
what tripped me out is that um, Thor actually talk. They all talk to their hammers. It blows my mind. They're like sentient beings that they all
Hmm.
talk to their hammers, and their
Yes,
hammers understand them.
yes, they do.
And for Stormbreaker to be jealous of Mjolnir is hilarious.
It's hilarious the way it's like a boyfriend. It's literally like so especially when it comes up real slow around the corner and turns to him.
Hmm. That was
Okay,
so.
that was hilarious.
Me and Isabella were laughing. So I mean,
That
it
was
comes out
hilarious.
of he's going. He's literally going like this,
To
trying
call
to
Mjolnir
get
to
it
him.
out of Jane Foster's hand, and this Stormbreaker comes around the corner and faces him like a jealous girlfriend, and he's like,
Mm-mm-mm.
"What?" And he said, "No, there's. I mean, oh my God, the
It was
conversation
hilarious.
she was having with Stormbreaker, giving Stormbreaker beer and all that. I mean, it was hilarious.
It was pretty good. I gotta give him
Mhm.
I gotta give him credit for that. It was pretty funny.
You're going to have a Darcy in there.
she was in the backstory, yeah,
Yeah,
with
and you're
Jane
gonna have what's his name? Her
Selvig.
yeah,
Selvig.
Sylvie. Yep,
It was really
Sylvie.
good to see Darcy because we didn't see Darcy since Wanda and Vision back in January. So it was
Hmm.
nice to see Darcy and Selvig as well, and to see that they're still part of her life in a way. What happens from this point, I don't know because she's dead. Jane is
Yeah,
dead.
but she didn't. You know how most people, that. I mean, the final battle between Thor, Mighty Thor, and Gore. Oh, and the Asgardian kid. Oh
Well,
my
well,
God!
let me finish. So in that battle you see with Valkyrie and Gore, he does stab her, and luckily I don't think he stabs her with the sword. I think he stabs her with the lightning, right? Lightning bolt. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's I think it's the lightning bolt.
yeah.
So
But he
it's not the
pretty
natural,
bad.
right? If she's like I think I'm gonna lose a kidney or something like that. But basically, she's okay. So she's at home, and Thor literally convinces Jane to stay home and get well and get better. Part of them separating was that he didn't see him being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent with her, with children,
Hmm.
and so forth. So by the end of the movie, he kind of reconciles with that and like, okay, I can do this. I
Hmm.
can be a parent, especially when you're saving all these kids. So he goes
Hmm.
back to tackle Gore, and I really don't think he needed Jane in a sense. I mean, Thor seems to be pretty powerful now. I think he could have. I think he could have.
He needed. No, he well, the number one, the kids helped him out.
Yes,
That was
yes,
that was awesome.
yes. So in
That
the
was.
final, yeah. So in the final battle, he's there. The kids are there, and they're kind of they're
Remember,
not in the way, but you know that he can't concentrate on taking out Gore and dealing with the kids. So he empowers the
well,
kids.
and dealing with those
Creatures of the
those
night, yeah.
cultures, right?
So he empowers them. He empowers them with a little bit of the Odin Force, and they are
Well,
his army.
no. Zeus's lightning bolt. Remember Zeus's lightning bolt?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that was Zeus's lightning bolt.
So he
What's
gives
funny
them.
is he was like, does anybody when he saved them from Gore and got all this starting kids and he's like, does anybody have any combat training? They were like, no, we're not. I'm not Asgardian. I mean, it is funny. He said, well, there is no time like the present to learn how to fight. I'm like, no, he didn't. He's gonna put these
Yeah, he
people.
did.
He's
Yeah, he
gonna
did.
put these. One of the funniest things, people, and I hate to spoil this for you, but it was what when this little girl started killing people with her teddy bear. My God.
Eyes lit up.
It oh my people, it is when he endows them, right? They started killing with their toys. That little girl with the teddy bear wiping people out. Man, I was in tears. She
That
is
was
jacking people. Yes, she's taking her teddy bear people and flying. And just
yes.
oh my god.
And all the
It
kids, their weapons, and it is. I was a little bit being parent myself, a little bit afraid for them, but they stepped in and they racked up and they
oh
were
they
kicking
stepped and they
butt,
were killing. It
kicking
was
butt.
funny.
Yeah, it
Oh my
was. It was.
god, it was funny.
It was
Um,
hilarious. It was really was hilarious.
but Thor was getting his butt kicked for a minute, and then Jane knew that she was done. They warned her, "Hey, you turn to Thor one more time, you're gonna die." She went to battle Gore because Thor was getting his butt whipped, and she went to go save Thor. And she did. I mean, she did a tremendous job. She really did. Um, and but Gore reached eternity. Thor started, was talking to him. Hey, don't do this. Don't wipe out all the guys. All this good stuff. But Jane is the one that saved the universe. It was literally, hey, isn't there somebody you love that you want to bring back? Because Attorney is sitting down. waiting for him to do his wish. And so Gore wished that he had his daughter back. Now, I don't know why Gore had to die after the wish. I'm still lost in that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was because there was never the rules were never stated. It's just that you go and you make the wish if you can find them, and
Right.
I guess that was just part and parcel of it. But after Jane gets there and they're fighting, and Jane figures out how to. I'm assuming she figures out how to destroy the sword, or that it's about the sword,
Yeah.
which there was never a notification or an idea that anyone knew that the sword was the reason why. So I'm
Well, I
not. So maybe
think
that's a cut scene.
Thor and Valkyrie knew. It seems like Thor and Valkyrie knew.
But there wasn't
And
a way to there was never a description to the audience about it.
right.
I don't think so.
Right. But Thor was going to when Thor went back when he thought he was going to get wiped out, Thor was like, pretty much Thor got mad at him. He was like, you know what, do what you want. I'm paraphrasing people. He was like, you know what, do what you want. I'm going to be with my lady love, and I'm going to hang out with her. These are my last moments. And then Jane changed Thor's mind, and
And Thor tells him, "You could bring her back. You
yeah,
could bring her back."
you can bring back your daughter. And Jane, Mighty Thor, as she's in Thor's arms, because she dies in Thor's arms. But she
She
tells him,
tells him
"Oh, I got what was that? Not the nickname.
the
My
catchphrase, her
yeah,
catchphrase.
my catchphrase." But Natalie Portman says she's never going to tell anybody what catchphrase is.
Well,
So,
figures.
so
She'll
she
probably use it
whispers
in
to
real life.
Thor, and Thor agrees.
But she tells Thor, be open to love. Be
Right.
open to that. Open your heart to love. And we're thinking, oh, she wants him to go out with somebody else again. But no, it's not exactly what she's meant. But you come to find out. So the God Butcher gets to Infinity, and he doesn't verbalize the question. I think it just happens. And then
He's like, please take care of please take care of my daughter. Paraphrase, please either take care of my daughter or my loved one, whatever. And I'm gonna tell you right now, people, what does it mean? And my girl's dying, and you done killed all these other gods and everything like that, and you tell me, please take care of my daughter. I'd have been like, no, you done kill half. You done kill my friends and everything. You done kidnapped the kid. Now you want me to take care of your little raggedy little daughter? No, I ain't doing all that, homie. Well,
yeah, you would. Yeah, you
Take care.
would.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
right.
would.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you would. Yes, you
I
would.
got my. Matter of fact, let me tell you something, people.
Oh God, here it comes.
Okay, Jane Foster. It's like, well, I mean, paraphrase. She's like, well, Thor can take care of your daughter, and I'd have been like, don't be voluntarily, take care of somebody else's kid. I don't know this chickaboo. What you
Jesus
volunteering
Christ.
me for? I would have dropped her. I would have dropped her right in the water or whatever the heck it was.
It's,
What you volunteering me for? They
oh
got
my
this
goodness.
fight and demon little kid that can do and more powerful than mm, and you don't volunteer me to sit there and
Anyway,
take care of somebody else's kid. After
so
he done went around that killed planets, gigantic. You done killed my gigantic best friend, and then you chopped off one of my best friend's arms. You think I'm just gonna let all that slide? What are you nuts? I mean, seriously, are you freaking nuts? And he gonna
she's a
let me
she's a
explain it to you.
child.
He's on the ground like this.
Oh my God.
Lord, please take care of my daughter. What? Oh,
The views and
I
thoughts of
knew
guests on the
what
Marvelous
you
Duo
were
Show are solely theirs and not those of Marvelous Duos and the staff.
Yeah, you
Thank
got what
you.
you did.
And
People,
have a
that
nice
is
day.
definitely for me. Because there is no one to take care of my
Oh
daughter.
my God. Oh, that's
Just
Tarzan
die.
Gardens.
Just
So,
die.
as you can see, he's not one that's up for adoption. So, one's
I'd
enemy.
have been like, you
So,
just die. My, look,
so
James Foster
he.
turned into some gold sprinkly stuff. And number one, I would have let her die right there too, because she done volunteered me to sit there and take care of this unknown chickaboo, this unknown kid that I don't even know. She already got attitude. I don't want to deal with none of that stuff. But lucky she didn't have to be in freaking diapers or anything like that. But now I gotta go
Oh,
take
you
care of
left her. You left her alone in diapers, so she just pooped all over.
right. I
Yeah,
mean,
who you doing?
but he didn't. But I'd have been real upset if she was.
Well, okay, as my friend persisted. So Thor goes back with the daughter. All the kids are fine. They survived their battles. They're all back home.
He was
They
still
come
in
home
my
and all their
head.
friends see them. And I don't know if this is. I know this is true for the most part. Like Chris Hemsworth's kids were all in the movie.
Right. Chris
Portman's kid was in the
Hemsworth,
movie.
Natalie Portman.
Was Eldest Elba's was that his real son or no?
Who?
The Axel was that his
Yeah.
real son?
All the kids were the staff. He
Okay,
had his sons. He had his
hang on. I'm just trying to see
daughter's
if that
son,
was.
Natalie Portman. All yeah. They had quote unquote like the director said, hey, we got cheap labor.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just checking the list here. It's cheap labor.
Hmm.
Oppotent City is the one. I think that what
Hmm.
city is that?
Let me tell you something. If one of y'all, uh, uh, y'all watch the ending of that, y'all gonna be like, "She done volunteered me to sit there and take care of this killer's kid. What is wrong with her?" Mm, it wouldn't have been me.
Well,
It would, and then she gonna disappear. You volunteer me to sit there and take care of this killer's kid, and then you turn into some little gold dusty stuff and go to Valhalla. Now I'm stuck with this kid with a dead kid.
hold on. Let me see here. So what happens is, oh no, that's not it. They don't say here. They don't say if that's kid or not. I have to look at something else. So they come back, and the core, who started the movie telling the story of the space pirate Thor, he's continuing to tell the story, and you come to find out that he does adopt the girl. He does take care of her, and you see them going on a day, I guess a regular day, and you see how the kid puts up a resistance, and you see how Thor handles it. So he's becoming a parent. He's doing a real job becoming a parent, and they go out and they go to fight a battle with somebody,
Well,
and
she has Stormbreaker now.
she has Stormbreaker. Now, in order to use Stormbreaker, you have to be of a certain type of mindset. You not just any Joe Schmo can pick up a Stormbreaker.
Hmm.
So that tells you, since she's from eternity, because part of her is from eternity, she's got powers.
You're right.
She's got mad
And
powers.
she let the powers be known. Because I'd have been cursing Jane Foster out to this day. Why did you volunteer
Oh
me to
my
take care of
god!
this powerful child? What is wrong with you? See, now
So,
I'd be like, I'm glad you're dead. Now I'm being,
oh
well,
my
I'm being
god!
serious here. And if you don't sit there and just volunteer a super being and,
The
and
views and thoughts of guests on the Marlo Stewart
disappear.
show are solely theirs and not those of the
Right.
Marlo
You
Stewart staff or
just
crew.
don't do that.
I want to thank you again for listening to us
I'm dead
and
serious. You
definitely
just don't
enjoy
do that.
your day.
You're going to die and then you're going to leave some little powerful kid from eternity
So,
with you. Know.
so as they begin their battle, they jump off their ship and they go out to fight the good fight. That's when you learn what the movie title is. Her name is Love. Her actual name is Love, and Thunder is
And
Thor.
then they
So
gave
they're
her a
together.
name
They are
of
love.
love from eternity and she doing all this. How you going to name somebody love and you battling all over the freaking place? Love of
Be-
what? Love of killing people? And that's what I mean. I mean, her
anyway,
father's a killer. Okay, her father's a
anyway,
killer.
so
And then eternity, and then she bucking Thor, you know.
so then that's the way the movie pretty much ends with them going off to fight in the good fight. There are two post-credit scenes, so please stay. One of them introduces the character of who?
Hercules.
Hercules.
Let me tell you
Oh,
something, people.
Jesus, stop
Yeah,
interrupting.
okay.
Oh,
Hercules,
God.
that's the thinnest Hercules I ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm serious. I've seen freaking starving Cambodians bigger than this Hercules. Seriously. I,
The fusion guests, that's
he
okay. Joe.
is
So there's
he is
let
the
those of the
thinnest
Marvel Studios staff and
Hercules
crew.
I have
Thank you.
ever. Even Kevin Sorbo as Hercules was big. Well, I mean, was kind of big. But this guy, I mean, he looked like he was running the Iron Man marathon. Hercules supposed to be buff, just like Chris Hemsworth. He looks like he don't even look like he on steroids at all. I mean, he just looks thin.
So the first scene is with Hercules, and you see Zeus, who is not dead, although you think he's dead from the battle of the opponent city, but he's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
He sends Hercules to go kill Thor. And the
Mm-hmm.
second post-credit scene is, as precluded by my partner here, Jane arriving in Valhalla.
Right in Valhalla, it looks people. It looks tight. And who greets her at Valhalla? Him though. He was like, "I see you're dead," and all this good stuff.
Jane
Now,
Foster. Oh, you're dead.
right now, you wonder if Odin is there.
Yes,
Rick
yes.
is there.
Hold on. I'll tell you what. Every Asgardian that died, and you saw the little sparkly gold stuff, went to Valhalla. Everyone
Right.
that fought an honorable battle and died honorably in defense of Asgard or whatever for you, they all went to Valhalla. So the Warriors 3 are up there, Frigga is
Yep.
up there, which I'm dying to see Frigga. Oh, I love that character. Odin's got to be there, and Heimdall. Heimdall's there. So all the ones that end, I don't. I'll honestly tell you, I would assume Loki is there. To be honest with you,
Loki's not there.
I think he would be there, and here's the reason why. He was in battle with Asgardians. He was an Asgardian. He died in battle. I think he's there. If Heimdall's there, he's there. If Jane is there, he's there.
Yes, but because of the Avengers going back in the past and he getting all that stuff now, he might have went to he might have went to Valhalla. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't let him in.
You wouldn't let him in?
No,
Of course.
it caused all this destruction. Did you not want to see the Avengers movie?
He
where
sacrificed
did all that
himself.
stuff?
He
And
sacrificed himself.
Number one, he stopped Thor from getting the crown because he thought it was funny. And then he literally put Odin into some freaking senior citizens home and all that good stuff. You know, and then he was ruling Asgard, and you got him though going all over the place in Asgard. No, he
Heimdall.
put his little raggedy butt in there. He didn't even try to save Thor. Did he save Thor? No.
Yes, he
didn't even
tried
save
to.
Thor
He
when
tried
he
to
was
kill
on
Thanos.
and he was on War World. He could have saved his brother, but he didn't. There we go. There it is. He's done more bad or good because why? Because he is the god of mischief. That's why he's got those little curled up horns.
As you can see, my partner voice agrees. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, that's our recap of Thor. It wasn't 100% down the pike of the movie, but you get the gist of it.
It
Please
was a
like
good
us,
movie.
subscribe,
Go see it.
and
I'm
share
telling
with your
you,
friends.
The piece is going to be you going to be pissed. People, I'm telling you right now. Like I said before, you don't sit there and just dump a kid. It's not like a
Oh,
puppy.
Jesus Christmas.
You just
Anyway.
or take care of them and then you disappear. What kind of crap is that?
So, guys, please do all possible to take out this movie. It's a really funny movie. It is a comedy. Keep in mind, it is a comedy.
That's not what he said in the movie theater, though.
Go see it. I
That's
enjoyed
not
it.
what he said.
I'm telling you, I enjoyed it. I don't know about what other people are saying.
Now he says it.
I don't
Now
know
he
about
says it.
what.
But at
I
the
don't know
movie theater,
about
he ain't say
what
none of that.
other people are
He,
talking about.
he
So
ain't say none of that.
he can
So
be quiet. He can be quiet.
he didn't say none of that. He didn't say none of that.
Oh, you heard it in my ears. All right, guys. Thank you again so much for joining our show. But hopefully to have Miss Lady Pool back soon. I guess I'm hoping
Yes,
she's
hopefully we
working.
have Lady Pool back soon. And
Like us,
I
subscribe, and
cannot
share
wait
with your
to
friends,
hear
and click on the
and
bell for notifications.
jump on your stuff. Please come back, Lady Pool, so you can help me. Because this is only the first time he hadn't tried to mute me. So there we go. He needed me this time. It's great. People need it.
Oh, it's just the big buttons right there. Like us, subscribe, and share us with your friends, and please click on the
You know
bell for
what? I know where the
notifications.
mute button is. That's why I unmute myself because he tries to mute me all the time. He
Next
tries to
up on
mute.
our list, although we're behind because some people haven't seen it finished it, we're going to try to get through Miss Marvel. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, please, 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 please watch Miss Marvel, get caught up, and so that when we talk about it, we know what we're talking about. Anything else you want to talk about, Mr. Moss?
You know what?
No? Okay, that's great. What?
You press the button there. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you in a couple.